Last week we heard old Waylon say,
well, we have an issue. I've discovered a difference in bell housings here. This flywheel that I'm going to use is larger than the one that was used on the irrigation pump.
so I pulled the bell housing off another old engine block that I have. Drug it down to the shop and cleaned it up a little bit. Well, that's pretty much where we left off, so let's see what happens this time.
Fire in the hose. I do believe my pants are on fire.
What's the rest?
There's Rattler out. When we compare these, you can see the difference in them. You can see that top one's the one I just took off. You can see how the starter's cast in tighter to the center. And down here it's moved out and down, just configured differently. So this bell housing should accept the flywheel, which is 1.5 inches larger than the other one. Well, I'm going to clean that up good. Everywhere you go, there's a rat's nest. And there are some dowel pins there, so that's going to help a lot setting that bell housing on there. Okay, I want to show you guys something. Some of you have never seen one of these, don't know anything about it. This is called a book. This is called a maintenance manual. This is for GMC trucks, models 5500 through 9000. This, folks, is a book, and it's a wonderful thing. Those of you who don't know anything about it, you should try opening one sometimes. You should go get you some old Chilton manuals and check them out. There's information in there that Google don't know nothing about. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? That V12 would have been in something like this. I saw there's a picture on the internet and shows either this one or this one, probably this one, pulling the Minuteman missile around back in the 60s. But we'll show you a couple things here. You can, well, where's my little marker? There it is. There's the V12. There's a lot of comments about this this engine and people thinking that it's two V6s welded together, and that's a common misconception. That's a myth that floats around on the internet. It is absolutely not. It's cast with one block. It's one crank. Crank, by the way, weighs 180 pounds. But it is not two V6 engines. It's the equivalent cubic inch of two V6 351s. It's a 702. There was one guy kept calling it a 701. It's a 702. 351 times 2. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, look here. Here's shows the engine, and I had one I was going to show you. Let me turn the camera off till I find it. Okay, here we go. Here's the firing order. And I looked this up because a guy on YouTube asked me about how it fired, and it took me a while, but here's the information. It's one distributor's even and one's odd, and it switches back and forth because the firing order is odd, even, odd, even, odd, even, and so on. And I just found out today, read up that these things will actually run on one bank. If one distributor goes down, it'll run on one bank. I mean, probably not well, but that'd be kind of fun to hear it run that way just for a second or two. Okay, now, the reason I'm in this book is this right here. Check this out. It gives you your clearances. Set intermediate plate in position on the flywheel with forward driven disc in place. Check clearance between driving lugs and intermediate plate and mating slots in the flywheel. A minimum clearance of 6 thousandths is recommended to allow for free movement of the intermediate plate. See, now that's something I needed to know. There's a whole lot I need to know, and some of it's in this book. Okay, this has the clearances that the book talks about, but when they say 6 thousandths, they mean 6 thousandths, not 6 thousandths on each side. This thing will not go on the crank if it is not in the one position. There's only one place that it'll fit. I know this, trust me, I spent some time. You could get several bolts in, and then there will always be two. If it skips one, there'll always be two that will not thread in, and you turn it in one position, you think, okay, you know, maybe something's weird about it, and you turn it one position and go again, and a few bolts will line up, but somewhere else there'll be two that will not thread in. So, but once you get it lined up, they go in easily. One position, the one right position.
This could be a road anywhere in the USA, a country road, open and inviting. And this coming down the road, we'll say, is you at the wheel of your new Chevy. For this trip, you've forsaken the parkways and turnpikes humming with traffic. You've searched out the quiet roads instead, the little traveled byways that make you realize all over again what a terrific thrill it is to drive a great car like the '58 Chevrolet. And you really get the urge to put it through its paces. This is real fun. This is bringing back something you'd almost forgotten. A superbly performing car, performing in the way it was meant to do. It's long, low, and loaded. Away you go in a smooth and steady drive. Bumps and ruts all but disappear. For this new Chevy is engineered with the most advanced suspension system you'll find on any low-priced car, with coils springing at each wheel. It's a great-looking car, too. From any angle, it makes a handsome picture. A beautiful, moving thing, lovely and graceful in every sculptured line. And if your destination really mattered on this carefree trip, this is it. Out with the picnic gear. And you could have stowed twice as much in this enormous trunk. What a spot. It's like a different world. Aren't you glad you're here? And aren't you glad for the car that brought you to it? A car that's already given you so much more than it promised. So smooth, so quiet is its power. So ready, so alert is its response. Try getting away in your Chevrolet. For in a Chevy, the fun is in the going. It reminds you all over again what the real, deep-down, satisfying experience of driving America's #1 car can be. Let an all-new Chevy take you to the quiet places, the out-of-the-way places along the back roads and the byways. And then let it take you home again. See your local authorized Chevrolet dealer now.
Okay, we have two different starters. I discovered, of course, after I had this one bolted on. But you can see, este es más largo. And also the Bendix is smaller in this one. This one over here, this one here is bigger. This one here is littler. I learned this from Mr. Heavy Chevy. He said you got to point at stuff. Okay, I got to get that thing cleaned up. Boy, I'm learning a lot, ain't I? A gentleman by the name of Andrew Phillips sent me these license plates all the way from Auckland, New Zealand. He sent me a really nice letter, and this is off of a 70 Volkswagen, he said. Look how thick that thing is. It's what, 3/16 aluminum, man. That thing is heavy duty. That would serve as a weapon, man. Well, Ken's just about out of gas. I don't know if it'll start or not. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I hope you all have enjoyed this little video, and I hope you'll come back again real soon. Until then, this is old Waylon saying, I sure do appreciate you.